The story of Iran's water crisis does not begin with empty pipelines or cracked riverbeds. It begins silently, deep underground, where ancient aquifers once flowed like hidden arteries beneath the land. Water that took thousands of years to accumulate is now disappearing in a matter of decades. And today, Iran stands at a point of no return, a moment where the country must decide whether it will fight for survival or watch its remaining lifeline slip away forever. For millions of Iranians, the crisis is not a distant warning. It's not something coming in the future. It is happening right now. Inside homes where taps run dry for days, inside farms turning to dust, inside villages forced to evacuate because there is simply no water left for life to continue. Families who once lived off fertile soil now stand on land that crumbles beneath their feet, land that can no longer grow even a single crop. In Tehran, a city built on ancient glory, the population faces an invisible countdown. Every summer grows hotter, every winter grows shorter. Snowfall on the Zagros Mountains has dropped dramatically, meaning less water flows into rivers and reservoirs. The dams that once fed the nation Karaj, Lar, and Jajrud have shrunk to shocking levels. Satellite images reveal the truth. Water surfaces are receding like never before. Scientists call it the worst megadrought in Iran's modern history. Locals call it something much simpler, the dry death. In rural Iran, the crisis is brutal. Villages once famous for pomegranates, pistachios, and wheat now stand abandoned. Wells drilled deeper than ever still reach nothing but dust. Farmers who fed the nation for centuries are selling their livestock, their land, even their homes, simply because survival is no longer possible. Many migrate to cities where the situation is only barely better. This mass migration is creating new urban pressure that the government is struggling to manage. In the city of Isfahan, the Zayende Rud River, once the beating heart of the region, has dried into a cracked, lifeless desert. Children who grew up near its flowing waters now see nothing but a barren streambed stretching into the distance. For them, the river exists only in stories told by grandparents. But Iran's water crisis is not merely natural, it is also man-made. Years of over-extraction, poorly managed dams, outdated irrigation systems, and political mismanagement have combined to worsen every drought. The government drilled too many wells, pumped too much groundwater, and allowed thirsty crops like rice and sugarcane to grow in regions that were never meant for them. And now the groundwater levels have dropped so low that some of them may never recover. Environmental experts inside Iran warn that what we lose today, we lose forever. Aquifers collapse, soil turns sterile, salt water pushes inland, and once these irreversible processes begin, they cannot be undone, not even in centuries. Now imagine life in a megacity like Tehran, where more than 10 million people depend on aging pipelines and shrinking reservoirs. The fear is real. What happens when the supply can no longer keep up with demand? What happens when the last drop from the dam falls? What happens when taps in hospitals, schools, and homes run dry? Social tension is already rising. In Khuzestan, protests erupted when water became scarce. People marched for miles demanding relief, begging authorities to act, begging the world to see their suffering. But even after temporary solutions, the deeper problem remains untouched. Climate models show something terrifying. The drought is not slowing down. Iran is heating faster than the global average. Extreme heat waves now reach temperatures that make outdoor labor dangerous. Crops fail faster. Evaporation steals water before it even reaches homes, and then comes the most chilling truth. Some parts of Iran may soon become unlivable. Cities in the south could face deadly humidity and heat combo events, where the human body cannot cool itself. Meanwhile, northern regions face shrinking forests and dying lakes. Lake Urmia, a once magnificent lake, has lost more than 80% of its water, leaving behind salt flats so toxic that nearby fields are dying. The human cost grows daily. Children walk kilometers to find clean water. Women fill tiny bottles from shallow wells. Old men pray for rain that never arrives. Every moment, every hour, every day feels like a countdown towards something irreversible. Inside government halls, leaders debate emergency measures, desalination plants, water transfer pipelines, bans on groundwater extraction, agricultural restructuring, and potential relocation of entire communities. But all these solutions require time, and Iran is running out of it. To understand the stakes, you need only look into the eyes of those affected. Their faces tell the story of exhaustion, fear, and a fading hope. They are not asking for miracles. They are asking for survival. Water is not simply a resource. It is life. It is dignity. It is the foundation upon which nations rise or fall. And now Iran faces a moment unlike any before, the point of no return, a moment where action must be stronger than promises, and solutions must be quicker than debates. The situation is urgent. The future will not wait. If Iran cannot protect its remaining water, if the drought intensifies, millions may be forced to migrate, cities may face prolonged outages, and the nation may experience one of the most severe water collapses in modern world history. The world is watching. Scientists are warning. People are pleading. But in the end, this is not just a story about crisis. It is a story about survival. A story about whether Iran can adapt, innovate, and unite to overcome the greatest environmental threat in its history. Because once water is gone, there is no going back.